Hello, in the previous episode we had two microservices communicating using RabbitMQ. Now we're going to orchestrate the two because they are in multiple repositories. Go to devops.azure.com. We're going to create our project so we can manage our work. Holiday booking system. Let's go to the backlog now. In the backlog, let's create our first work item, create the local orchestration. We're going to be using .NET Aspire. This gives you a feel of the real world with work items, bugs, tickets. Now that we've created a draft of a few of the items, let's give them some effort. Now, our in progress is creating the local orchestration between the different multi-repo microservices. Create a new .NET Aspire application using Visual Studio. It should be Visual Studio version 17.9 minimum. It sets up some defaults for us like OpenTelemetry and health checks, service discovery, and some resilience with HTTP clients. It'll request us to start Docker. Let's just start Docker. As you can see, nothing is created. Let's add our existing repositories. Let's create two solution folders to host the two repositories for the two microservices. The booking service, we're going to add all of the projects, the domain, application, infrastructure, and presentation, which is our web API. As we can see here, once we add the web API as an Aspire project, we get an error mentioning that the service metadata could not be generated. I have a workaround for that. Let's create a GitHub issue so they can track that. Let's update our NuGet package so we can get the new add project method, which will take any CS project, even if it's not in the solution. Let's debug that. As you can see, it has been detected. That's perfect. Let's test it out. Try it out. Execute. Awesome. We have structured logging and it'll show us exactly what failed. RabbitMQ, the container is not running. We'll fix that. Let's add the accommodation service now. Let's debug again. It's added to the orchestration as well. Let's just wait for it to start. Started successfully. Let's test it out. Also works. Remember, these two microservices are in two different repositories. As you can see, they are having trouble connecting to RabbitMQ. We'll fix that. Let's add orchestration support for the accommodation service as well. Let's remove the default add project method call because that doesn't work with this particular clean architecture template. Perfect, they're working well. Both of them are logging to the dashboard, to the Aspire dashboard. What we're going to be doing next is adding the RabbitMQ container using Aspire. Let's just add the NuGet package. Latest pre-release. Remember to include pre-releases. Actually don't need to mention the exact tag. I'll use the 3-management tag. Let's just debug it and open Docker desktop. As you can see, the container has been executed by Dotnet Aspire. That's perfect. Now we're going to hook it up to our 2 microservices. We haven't configured a way yet for it to connect to the 2. Let's modify our connection string and debug. There we go. Now it was able to connect successfully to the RabbitMQ instance, which was created by Dotnet Aspire. Now, what we're going to do is log into RabbitMQ. We are going to need the password, which is set by Dotnet Aspire to a random password. Let's just go to Dotnet Aspire to the dashboard. In the dashboard itself, we're going to reveal environment variables. That's where we're going to get the password. Of course, you can just set it to a static value, so you don't have to go to environment variables over and over again. Let's copy it, paste it through. Perfect, it's in. This is the container that's executed by Dotnet Aspire. You can see our exchanges are created and our queues are created as well. Let's test out the functionality. Gets to the endpoint, minimal API, sends through via mediator to the command handler. Command handler passes to the database and publishes an event, a booking created event. That booking created event will be consumed by the accommodation service, and then it'll look up available accommodation. After looking up available accommodation, it'll publish another response event. Cool, let's just add login so we can follow whatever is happening without debugging it each and every time, because the new structured logging is actually perfect for that. Bus has started for RabbitMQ, which is for MassTransit. Right, we executed that, and if we can look at the structured logging, perfect. Shows us from the booking service what actually happened, to the event being published, to it being consumed by the accommodation service, and then it being processed by the accommodation service, and then subsequently publishing its own event. Alright, let's create the GitHub repository for the service defaults. We're going to pull it out of the local orchestration service so the different microservices can use it as a Git submodule. Let's just get the Git URL there. If it's locked, we're just going to use a grid tool to unlock files so we can move them. Perfect, now it's deleted there. So after adding the service defaults Git submodule to the 2 microservices, we'll be able to take advantage of Aspire service defaults. Here are microservices. There's contracts, and we have a different repository for our service defaults. Yep. Remember to add the request submodules flag when you clone your repositories so that all submodules can be cloned as well. I separated the continuous integration and continuous delivery section into its own video because it's quite lengthy and no one likes long tutorial videos. Straightforward. See you in the next episode of Holiday Booking Service.